If you're going to phone in to an atheist show and speak to somebody like Matt Dillahunty, if you're going to phone in as a theist on a point which is something other than justifying and giving your reasons why you believe in the existence of God, you had better be ready to justify why you do believe in God, because once your diversionary point has been dealt with and even debunked, then you might well be asked, why do you believe in God? Otherwise, something like this could happen. So Timothy called in. We're talking about the middle of the year, 2023. I've got a link below if you want to listen to the call without my input. Timothy basically called in to ask Matt why he is doing this if he doesn't care about the question of the existence of God. And very quickly he realized that, in fact, Matt did care. He withdrew that. And as for the reasons why Matt cares, it would be the same reason that I care, mainly is that if there is a God, it's the single most important question to any human being. If it's true, I would want to know it. And if there are people out there who've got evidence, I would want that evidence. On the other hand, if there's no good reason to believe it, then I would want the reasons that people give. If they're not good reasons, I would want to expose why they're not good reasons, to help people probably watching who are having doubts and want to get out of religion, or are starting to realize they haven't got good reasons to back up their faith, to help them out of religion. So anyway, let's go with it. We're going to go in the last sort of 7-8 minutes of the call where things really start to warm up and start to get interesting. Let's go.
Call on God and you ask with sincere faith. And most Mormons who are baptized believe that they got witness, an inner witness from God, that the Book of Mormon is true. Muslims also believe that they have from God a witness that the Quran is true. And that,
yeah, okay, so Jimmy's basically going through all the different religions that the caller disagrees with, because the caller has said, yeah, because I feel I hear this inner voice, I've got this intuition, etc., etc. I've got this witness inside of myself, and therefore my brand of Christianity is true. And now Jimmy's just going through the Mormons, the Muslims who say exactly the same thing, the Jews, etc., etc., and your special pleading for your own religion, but which one of them is true, if any, when everybody's saying the same thing about this inner witness, this inner voice, it seems true to me, etc.
Islam is true. So earlier, you said that if you pray to God, you cannot get a wrong answer. So how do you reconcile that Mormons and Muslims have gotten answers that you believe are wrong from God?
I would have to know if they're praying to the right God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Okay, both of them are. Both of them are Abrahamic religions.
Well, that's good.
Both of them are Abrahamic religions. Mormons literally believe in the Christian God and basically believe they are Christian, and that the only thing that y'all got wrong is you didn't do enough, that the Bible wasn't enough, that God would have loved his people all over the world and written another Bible that's written in shittier English. So you've got that. You've got they're doing it, and then Muslims also pray to the Abrahamic God. It's the same God, and they're being told, yes, this is the true religion. How is that happening, Timothy?
Do they believe that Jesus Christ died and rose again?
Mormons do.
This is what a lot of Christians come to when you point out that Muslims believe in the same God, or Muslims have got the same mechanism for arriving at the truth as you have, namely through faith or reading scriptures, or something can't come from nothing, or whatever. They will say, yes, but have they got a religion where God incarnate actually sacrificed himself to save you? Have those religions got the same as Jesus? Have they got a Jesus figure? Have they got a savior? And of course, this whole thing assumes that we are stained with sin from original sin in the first place, and that the whole of the doctrine surrounding that we needed to be saved. It assumes that the whole of religion is true in the first place if you're going to special plead for Jesus.
Muslims don't.
Wow. Are you suggesting that somebody could pray to God How many gods are there? How many actual real gods are there, Timothy?
Oh, probably 20,000 or more. How confused?
Now, this is an example of somebody who just doesn't listen. He didn't listen to what Matt said. How many real gods are there? And he's saying 20,000.
Is that for somebody wanting to know the truth?
20,000 or more real
You think
gods?
there are 20,000 gods that exist and are real?
Or I think you must think
No, there's 20,000 gods that people pray to. They can pray
asked
to a
you,
tree.
how many
Call it
real
God.
gods are there?
There's one. There's one
Hey.
real God.
Cool. How do you know that?
Well, because like I said, I've had a.
The answer is you don't. The answer is you don't know that. So we'll skip that question.
Yeah, I do know that. But
no,
I can't.
you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you fucking
To me,
don't. Now,
I
let me
can.
finish.
I believe he was going to say, I know it from my own inner experience.
Finish my question. You don't know.
Okay.
Let's
Yeah.
assume that there's one God, and there's somebody out there who, in their desperation to discover the truth, says, God, I don't know who you are. I'm in this world where there are 20,000 supposed gods, and I only want to know the truth. Please help me and guide me to discover who you are and that you are the one true God. Is God going to answer that prayer or not?
Let me tell you how.
I
Get
asked
people who
you,
wanna listen.
is God
Listen.
going, shut your fucking pie hole. Listen to the question. Is God going to answer that prayer or not?
Yes.
How do you know?
He answered it for me. Am I somebody special?
But no, you're nobody special. Neither am I. Here's the
same
thing.
as
There you go.
all the other people who are
Here's the
mistaken.
thing. Here's the thing. You're suggesting that all of these other people who are part of other religions, that none of them ever reached out with a prayer like that. Because if they did, then God would reveal himself to them and they would not be a part of a false religion. They would agree with you because you're correct, right?
We'll go back to what I said. There probably
Are you
some
fucking
Muslims
correct? Why is it? No, I give up. Timothy,
that know
you
the
are
truth.
incapable. You are incapable of answering the question.
Yeah, the point is, you could have, say, 10 different religions. Let's say 10 different monotheistic religions. And you could ask each one of those people, have you reached out to God? Have you asked God to reveal himself as the true God? And they might all say, yes, I've said that prayer. I've had the answer. Allah is the one true God. Krishna is the one true God, etc., etc. And we've got 10 different prayers. No, we've got 10 identical prayers, but we've got 10 different answers. That's the problem. How do we know if any of these are actually true? Why should I accept that your prayer is correct and that your religion is correct and not the others? And why? What is the reason? And he can't give the answer.
Question you're asked.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
you're
going to try it
rejecting
one
me.
more time, Timothy, because you
I'm
seem
not.
to not.
No. Hang on. Fuck you, Timothy. I'm not rejecting you. I'm sitting here patiently asking you a question, trying to guide you to the truth, which is that you don't have a clue how to demonstrate the truth of what you're claiming, and that you have said contradictory statements that rendered in a real world prove that you are not correct.
Yeah.
But you won't see that. And when I ask you a question, you want to answer a different question. Because the truth is, if someone who had been raised around Hindus prayed to the God that you believe in and said, would you reveal yourself to me? You think that God absolutely would. And so the question is,
They would
why
no
aren't there
longer be
Hindus? Go away, Timothy. I no longer care. You aren't interested in the truth or listening. You aren't interested in answering.
Yeah, well, exactly. If Christianity is the one true religion, why is it that when Hindus or Muslims ask for this revelation, which is the one true God, why aren't they all converting to Christianity? Why is Jesus not appearing to Hindus, Muslims, etc.? And why are they not all converting to Christianity? But they're not, because Allah is appearing to them or Krishna is appearing to them.
Answering the question, you are a coward.
Or rather, they're claiming that Allah and Krishna is appearing to them.
Who knows that you don't have a good reason.
Oh, I got plenty of good reasons.
Plenty of good reasons. Listen to this.
Give us one, you fucking
He
coward.
lives inside of me.
You haven't given us one.
You
All right,
don't know
Timothy,
that?
Timothy, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this one more time.
No, you don't know that.
I'm going to do this one more time
Yeah,
because
I
I've
do.
tried, Timothy, I'm going to do this one more time. I've
No,
tried
you
to
don't.
make this as simple as I can because so far, even making it simpler hasn't worked. You say, God lives inside me. That's how I know. I have many Mormon friends who say, God lives inside me. That's how I know. They very much say that. I have Muslim friends who say, God lives inside me. That's how I know. All of them speak to an inner witness. So I've got you. I've got tons of people who have called in before who have said the same thing, who believe in different religions than you. I have Mormons because I grew up Mormon. I have Mormon friends who say that. I have Muslim friends who say that. All of them say the exact same thing. God lives within me. He bears witness to me. That is how I know that he exists and that I have found the truth of his existence. All of you cannot be right.
Yeah.
Let me fucking finish. All of you cannot be right at the same time. You can all be wrong at the same time. So how do I find out which one of you is right or if all of you is wrong? How do I find that out?
You listen and stop being skeptical.
Except how, if all,
Stop being skeptical. Well, I mean, how is that going to work? Because I've got 1,000 different religions out there all saying to me, stop being skeptical and believe my religion. How do I know which one is true, if any are true at all?
of you are
Stop
wrong.
being skeptical.
Listen to what? What should I listen to, Timothy?
Well, the Bible says believe.
Why
on
would I
his
listen?
name.
I just said one of the options is that all of you are wrong.
Yeah, because the problem is a Muslim or a Hindu will say to Timothy, stop being skeptical about my religion. So that's what it is.
So if I listen to the Bible, I'm deciding that the Bible is true. Why would I start with the Bible is true?
You have to accept it.
Why? Why do I have to accept it? I just told you Mormons believe the Book of Mormon is true. They accept it. Muslims believe the Quran is true. They accept it. By the way, Mormons also believe the Bible is true on top of the Book of Mormon. You don't think I should just accept those other books? What is the mechanism by which we go, this is a good reason to believe the Bible is true, but the Book of Mormon and the Quran aren't? What is the way we do that they can't do too? That a Muslim can't say, that a Mormon can't say? Say now something that neither of them can say that shows that the Bible is true.
Well, I don't know those other people.
It's not about
Personally.
knowing. Oh, yeah, you're a lost cause. Goodbye, Timothy. There's no.
He's a lost cause. Yeah, well, that's about it. And I think really just the phrase special pleading comes to mind, and that everybody out there who accepts religion, their own religion, is special pleading for their own religion. Me as an atheist, I don't believe that I'm special pleading for anything, because I'm just wanting to be convinced that any one particular religion is true. I'm not special pleading. They are. That's why I'm happy being an atheist. I'm an open atheist. I'm open to being convinced by actual verifiable evidence, effectively. So no, Timothy could not give a single good reason. It all came down to special pleading, and you've just got to accept it. Stop being skeptical. Accept my religion, but don't accept all those other religions who are giving exactly the same reasons, special pleading for their own religions, that I'm giving as well. So, as it's often been said, that all the religions can't be right, but they could all be wrong. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to your comments. I'll be back again soon with another video. Bye for now.